Now we review the season finale of Universal Basic Guys Season 1, Water Ice Shop. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I am Richard, this is my channel, and I have seen the final episode of the first season of Universal Basic Guys, Water Ice Shop. Before I go any further, let me remind you that for every 1,000 subscribers I get, I do purchase one of these bracelets from 4Ocean. 4Ocean pulls a pound of trash out of the ocean every time I do that. If you'd be so kind as to comment, like, and subscribe, you'd be doing your part for a better world. Now, Universal Basic Guys, for those of you who don't know, is a cartoon about two brothers who used to work at a hot dog factory until it was taken over by robots, Skynet style, and now they are part of a pilot program for Universal Basic Income, hence the name. You have the older of the two brothers, Thumbhead, and his younger brother there to eat up screen time. Along with this assortment, you have Thumbhead's wife, evil murdering nurse, and I guess Thumbhead's next door neighbor, in touch with his feminine side, / I'm jingle bells because I got no balls. In this particular episode, we start out with a parricide. Thumbhead destroys his father's business and sends him to the great beyond with a heart attack. This is very Shakespearean in its writing style because that's pretty much the plot of the episode, wherein Thumbhead comes to a water ice shop. I've never had water ice. It's sort of like ice cream, I guess ice cream without milk, something like that. So it's water ice, which is discount ice cream, and it's the end of the summer, so Thumbhead has got to get a 5-gallon tub of Chocolicious something or other for his beloved murdering nurse wife. And oh, look what happens. He convinces this big mouth convinces the owner of the shop to go against, because the shop is owned by two very effeminate looking brothers, and I mean, Thumbhead looks like a giant thumb. These guys look like penises wearing wigs. And so the penises wearing wigs disagree. One of them wants to become a better entrepreneur and he loves water ice, and the other one's like, you should just be happy with what you have and stay conservative. And I guess they want more time to Those two looked weird. Anyway, so Thumbhead winds up being the guy handling the business end of the shop, and the metrosexual brother who makes the water ice is now doing all the work. Because Thumbhead, what he does is he delegates work to other people. The guy is useless. I don't know how he held down a job to begin with, because he's useless. And this is, of course, where the episode gets very aggravating for me, because you know every decision that Thumbhead makes is going to be about as good as every decision Thumbhead has made so far. And we're meant to laugh at the escape rooms and strange promotions and terrible products that Thumbhead comes up with. And that's just one of those things. So yeah, and as this operation keeps exploding and getting bigger and getting more and more out of hand, just the entire time, I want to clobber Thumbhead. He aggravates me so. Because you had a good thing going and now he's ruining it. And of course, because it's this show, nothing really changes in the end. Except for, someone is taken away from something they truly love. And I'm sure you can guess who that is by the end of this. But, yeah. Look. one of the great things about this episode is that they did call back to previous episodes. I mean, there was the crossbow, the cannon, all the crazy things that have happened for this entire episode, except the Jersey Devil, which, I mean, I don't know why he doesn't show up again. He's a great character. The aggravating thing about this episode is that, most of this stuff is just filler. You've got cause and effect, and then spiral. And the spiral events do not feed in on each other. It's this didn't work, now we're trying this didn't work, now we're trying that. And, it's not, we did this, and now we're doing this because we did that. It's, we did this is a localized moment, and if we cut it out, it wouldn't make any difference to the overall plot. And if we did this, because it's one of those, the things are fine in sequence but could be shuffled. I mean, how do I describe this? You look at the film Falling Down, okay? Falling Down is a film about a man having a mental crisis and going berserk, and he's just trying to gain control over his own life. But he keeps getting into these increasingly bizarre situations, And it's like, why is he here? Because he abandoned his car on the freeway. Why does he have a knife? Because he got it in this situation. Why does he now have a baseball bat? Because he used the knife in that situation and decided it was a more appropriate weapon. Why does he have guns? Because he did this, and every action feeds into the escalation, which causes a conscious causality. You see his falling down. I have gone 10 feet down because I went 5 feet down. I've gone 20 feet down because I went 10 feet down. In this, one of the things that is the weakness of the script is it is just the same joke over and over. Oh, look, he made a terrible decision. He didn't get new data, reassess, and make a terrible decision that at least made sense. He just made another terrible decision. And I mean, I think maybe it is that I've known people like this guy. I've known thumbheads, and they ruin things, and it's aggravating to me. So, I think I would have liked this episode if it were 15 minutes long. It being, I think, 22 minutes long, or whatever it was, it really grated on me in the middle. It was fine at the beginning and at the end. It's probably not the worst episode of Universal Basic Guys, but it's definitely not the best. And, I don't know if we should be learning lessons from a show like this. I don't know if we need to. Maybe it should just be entertainment. So how much you like this show is going to depend on how much you like seeing some jerk who ruins everybody else's life getting through it. He's a character that aggravates. He's like an evil Inspector Gadget. Inspector Gadget would go out there, he'd bungle his way to victory. Well, this guy bungles his way to defeat and then just walks out and deals with it the next day. And you never see him reaping the consequences of his actions. Yeah, I mean, that can be aggravating for those of us who, we suffer in life. Ask yourself if you can laugh at the pain this man causes other people. Me, I can't. You can. Maybe. So this belongs in the lower half of your watch list. It's not great television, but you know what? It's doing well enough to have gotten another season. And so long as you guys keep watching, I'll keep watching it. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Fred the Facehugger, and I'd like to point out that this world isn't a nice place. But you know who's trying to make it a nice place? The owner of this channel, yes. The owner of this channel does things like pay for ocean cleanup, and have trees planted and even feed orphans in an orphanage in Mexico. Yes, it's a real thing. I'm not kidding. I may be a face-hugging alien from a horror movie, but I'm not a liar. Anyway, when you comment, like, and subscribe, you're supporting that better world, and whereas it may not make a big difference, it may be the difference between one more tree planted, one more pound of trash out of the ocean, or one child not going hungry tonight. So, think about it. Shouldn't you comment? Shouldn't you like? Shouldn't you subscribe? I certainly would if I were you. I'm Fred.